Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mass Diva. How's everyone doing this evening? Alright, well, something was going on tonight on social media, and I thought I would just talk about it here. And I mentioned it before, and I'm going to talk about people-pleasing. Here's the deal with people-pleasing, okay? As you guys know, I'm also on Instagram, okay? It's called Angels Attached to Angst, if you want to follow me on there, alright? One long word, Angels Attached to Angst, okay? And I'm just going to put it in the description below if you guys want to follow me on there. So, I put a lot of memes on there, and they show up on my Facebook account as well. They just go directly to Facebook. So, a lot of my memes have pictures of mushrooms, wild mushrooms and stuff like that, because I follow a lot of mushroom clubs and stuff like that. I'm a mushroom fan and that sort of thing. So, here's the thing. I also put a lot of memes that, express my opinion about things, right? So, I have friends from all different walks of life. So, what happens when you have friends from all different walks of life? They don't like some of your opinions, right? Okay. So, they, sometimes they say things, right? They don't like some of the statements I make. What do? I don't reply. I just let them say whatever. And sometimes they really don't like some of the stuff I say, some of the memes I say, and that sort of thing. I'm just at that point where the stuff I say are words of wisdom, okay? They are just stuff I've learned. I'm just at that point in my life where I'm just sharing wisdom, all right? I'm, strongly opinionated about certain things. So if people don't like it, they can just read it and learn from it. And if they have something to say, I'm not going to engage them in an argument. The furthest thing I go is if your formula is working for you, just keep doing it. But I'm going to tell you something right now. If people are that bothered by something that you post on the internet, if they're willing to get into a heated debate about it, if it bothers them that much, why are they so triggered by it? If something doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay. Seriously. If something is working for you, just let it keep working for you. Don't worry about what somebody else says about something. Seriously. But the things that I put, I'm very opinionated about, and there's a reason I'm putting the things. It's things that I've learned about, things that I've witnessed, things I've seen, and those are my opinions. So if you do follow me on Instagram, you're going to see what they are, and if you don't like them, then you don't like them. Then don't leave me a heart. But I'm not somebody to engage in arguments. But I also don't go on people's page and go, you're wrong. That's not why I follow people, to get on there and tell people they're wrong about things. And I don't go, we're going to have to agree to disagree or anything like that. Everybody knows I hate that kind of stuff. So, and I've also said on another video, you don't go on people's page, you don't go on their YouTube, you don't go on their media, you don't go on their thing to argue with them. You just either like what they say or just keep it pushing. So, what you're going to find when you stop being a people pleaser, or you resist arguments and stuff like that, your life is going to change. And you resisting arguments and stuff like that is not you being a people pleaser. That's just you. That's actually you not being a people pleaser. That's you just not caring. It's like, I really don't care if you disagree with me or not. I really don't have to explain myself to you. You're just kind of like, she's not going to acknowledge my opinion. Nope. If you say another thing, it's like, well, I'm glad your way's working for you. Good for you. You disagreeing with me really doesn't bother me. It's my page, and I can put what I want. Freedom of speech. I'm not gonna get kicked off of social media because you want to get in an argument with me. Not going to let it happen. Oop. And if people decide that they want to get upset with you because you said something that offended them, why did it offend them? Did I trigger you? Are you doing something wrong? Is there something about something I said that, why are you so offended by it? Let's see, things I've said that have offended people. You should be married to the parent of your children. Don't you think that bothers your kids that you're not married to their other parent? Have you ever stopped to think about the way they feel about it? They're not going to come out and say it, but yeah, it bothers them that their parents aren't married. They're not going to say anything, but it bothers them. It really does. And they may never ever say anything to you about it. And some guy goes, well, my kids are legitimate because they exist. I go, don't you think it bothers them that you and their mom aren't married? That you and their mom were never married? That she felt like you never loved her because you never put a ring on her finger? Just think about it, bro. And then he got mad at me. Well, just saying. Hello. So, if the guy has to get mad at me, and not consider, the thoughts of his baby mama and his kids because he doesn't want to marry her or make his kids legitimate, that's not my fault because I happened to put a meme that he responded to. Okay? And he continues to have a problem with me whenever I post memes like that. But that is my opinion. And if he doesn't want to marry a woman, the mother of his kids, or marry someone he lives with, or that kind of thing, that's on her, that's on him. But if he's having kids with somebody, or he's seeing somebody and he doesn't want to marry them, I mean, why doesn't he just ignore what I say? Just saying. But that is my strong opinion. That's think about the way she feels and the way those kids feel. So to me, that's just loving somebody and caring. I mean, that's putting someone on your insurance. That's securing the future. That's, don't you think your kids feel bad? I mean, I would. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Or, having other people, well, I've been with my partner for 6 years and I don't feel bad that they never married me. Okay. Well, whatever works for you. And then they continue to get mad at me, and I said, well, whatever works for you. Well, maybe I should just get off social media. Really? Are you that butthurt about it? You're responding to my meme. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Because of memes that I post. But, that's what I mean. I'm not going to let those people upset me because they don't like the memes that I post. But I could be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Oh, this and that. I'm just like, if your relationship is working, if your formula is working, don't change it. If that's what works for you, don't change it. I go, but this is my opinion. And they're still, they decide maybe they should just leave me alone now. But they know that I've been cool to them every other time, so. But, people pleasing. There are some people that you don't really need to be nice to. Let's talk about, I have this neighbor. She's like the telemarketer of neighbors. She's this racist lady. Let's see. I was coming home the other day from the pharmacy. By the way, no bozos at the pharmacy this time. Yay, no bozos. So I come home from the pharmacy, no bozos, very uneventful. I was a little worried. I pick up my medicine, uneventful. I'm coming home, and what do I see? This racist lady. What she does is she just corners everybody who can't get away. She was up the street at the building next to ours, bothering our mailman, at the building next to ours, and he couldn't get away. So I'm across the street, and has this look on his face like, oh crap, I can't get away from her. So I'm crossing the street, and I walk all over until I'm just right across from where the opening to the gate is, until I cross the street, so she can't see me and talk to me. And I just wait until I'm right by the entrance, and then I cross the street, just so she can't see me. And her back is to me, and I just get right past her to where she can't see me. And I see, the nice elder man I like from upstairs, and I wave to him, and he waves to me, and he's a real sweetheart and everything. So we're like, hi, and I'm like, I let myself in real quick, and I go in, and it's like, even when she doesn't bother me and starts saying a bunch of racist stuff that annoys me, because I really can't stand that kind of nonsense. And I mean, it doesn't matter if she says racist stuff or not. It's just the fact that she keeps trying to get me to talk to her when I'm in a hurry. And she just corners people and tries to get them talking when they're in a hurry. Nobody really wants to talk to her. She just bothers people. She's the best, right? She's just one of those people. I'm always wanting to run to the mailbox, get my stuff, and run back into the house. I'm just that person. It's just the fact that I call her the telemarketer neighbor, because when a telemarketer is on the phone with you, they're not the person that you want to talk to. They're trying to sell you something, and it really doesn't matter. You don't want whatever it is, and you don't want to be on the phone with them. So it really doesn't matter what they're saying. You just don't want to deal with them. That's kind of how she is. So it doesn't matter if she's talking racist or not, or if she's talking about something nice or not. You just don't want to talk to her. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I gotta go, bye, and I'm trying to walk away, and she's following me, and I'm just kind of like, all right, I need to go now. Nice talking to you, goodbye. And you want to cut the conversation off, and I almost feel bad because she's not saying anything wrong. And I was feeling really bad, like, she's not saying anything racist, she's not saying anything wrong, she's not, like, technically doing anything wrong, but she's just talking to me when I don't want to talk to her. And she's not having the social intelligence to leave somebody alone when they don't want to talk to her, and she does it to everybody. And I was telling a friend who lives upstairs, and the friend who lives at the top floor has a personal assistant. And the personal assistant went to the store with her, and he came back, and they were outside in the parking lot. And they had come back from the grocery store. And so they were getting out of the store, they were taking the groceries out of the car, and they stop, and he goes, wait, let's put the groceries back in the car. And they sat in the car, and she goes, what is it? And he goes, I want to wait till that lady goes back in her house. And she goes, what? And he points, and it's that same lady. And so they sit and wait for like 10-15 minutes until she goes back in her apartment and shuts the door. And it doesn't really matter, because I guess he'd help throw a party in our common room. It doesn't matter what she says or what she does. It's just people don't want to be cornered by her. So she doesn't have to say anything inappropriate. It's just that nobody really wants to be cornered by her. So then I'm thinking, okay, now I don't feel so bad, because I was just feeling bad that I just didn't want to be bothered by her. But I just didn't want to be bothered by her. And I'm thinking, that's kind of what life's about. You really don't have to stop and let people bother you. And when you stop being a people pleaser and you stop having that attitude, you free yourself up. It's like you really don't have to let people bother you. You don't have to engage in arguments, talk to people you don't want to talk to. Okay, let your life be filled with people you don't want in your life. Okay, if you don't want to talk to so-and-so anymore, don't talk to so-and-so anymore. If so-and-so, this person keeps your vibration low, get them out of your life. I mean, life is just too short. It's like, do I really want this? Like, do I want this in my feed? Okay, get this out of my feed. Do I really want to, run into this person? I'll just walk outside, see someone I don't like, and just walk into the house for 5 minutes. It's like, it's really, I'd really just rather not deal with this person. I'll just go in my house for 5 minutes and wait till they pass. I know, it's just like, it sounds really petty and everything, but it's just worth it to me just not to have to engage. And it's okay. Like, you can stop feeling bad about it. And if someone tries to have an argument with you, you can just ignore it. It's really okay to ignore it. It doesn't make you a bad person for ignoring an argument. Because that person, they're being really petty. If they are really triggered by something you say, maybe they're guilty. Maybe they need to stop and think, why does that bother me? Maybe that meme or that statement or something, maybe there's a little bit of truth to that. So you don't really need to argue and explain yourself when you make a statement on your own social media. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Because the way that you're running your relationship, or running your belief in God, your non-belief in God, your political beliefs are your own. So who cares? I mean, I don't necessarily have political beliefs. I don't care, The way I run my relationship is the way I run my relationship, and I believe in the way I'm running my relationship. When I state the way I think things ought to go, and people have a problem with it, they need to examine themselves. I mean, maybe they don't really see that maybe they're doing things the same way, or they don't get it. If it really bothers you that much, ask yourself why. And you have to keep in mind, not everybody believes the same way. Stop letting yourself get triggered by stuff. I don't care if I'll make some statement and someone will go, way to be a feminist. And I go, I'm not a feminist. And they're like, and they can't believe there's a woman who's not a feminist. Do you know how toxic third wave feminism is? It's just so toxic. It's serving the man's agenda now. Pay attention. I mean, I can just go on and on and on about that. And I really don't know why people's eyes are not more open to things like that. And if I made a meme about that, oh gosh, I think, people probably come burn my house down or something over that. So I don't dare put a meme up about that one. No way. But people would just have a field day with that. But I can probably make a vlog about that once I get monetized, because I have plenty to say about that one. But people really don't, their eyes are really closed about a lot of things. And you really don't want to put an opinion up about that contradicts what most people think, because it's going to upset people. But once you start thinking for yourself and you don't care, you're going to upset people. And once they realize that you're not going to go, oh, sorry, and you're just going to not say anything, they're going to be like, well, if it's working for you, cool. And you're not arguing, you're just like, well, do your thing, man. But this is what works for me. And I'm the only one over here that's not upset. It kind of actions speak louder than words. So that's kind of what I have to say about that. If you're the most emotionally stable one in the situation, that's kind of what's going to speak for you. And that's how to not be mentally ill. And that's how to be your own person. It's just to not get upset over stuff people post. And don't get upset over anything I post. It's my opinion. And whatever you do, don't argue with me, because I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to be like, alright, whatever works for you. I don't know why you're so upset about my opinion. I've never given you a hard time about anything you've put, because it doesn't affect me. I don't go on your page and start tripping off anything you do, seriously. Because that's your page. That's your media. You have the right to post anything you want on your social media. It's yours. I don't come on to start debates with people. So, it's your platform. Say what you want. You can still do that. Okay? So this has been Juliana Angel, Otherworldlies. I love you all, and you have a wonderful evening. Good night.